We're live?
Yep. Yeah, we're live. Not live. What up, stream?
What up? Let me post it.
Thank you, sir.
Make sure that your friends know. It's okay, I'm here.
Wait, so was your mom mad at me that I was in a bad mood today?
No, she was actually just worried about you.
Dude, I was.
She's like, is he okay? I wanted to ask him, but I felt like I should just
No,
wait.
you should.
Whole fucking ordeal today. We were all going through it.
What? Oh, about this thing?
No, just my sister's getting her kitchen remodeled.
Which one? Deanie?
Deanie. And I'm gonna turn this off because I don't do that thing. The guys got there at 9, but she had a work meeting that started at 9. So she's like, I need you here. So if the guys have any questions, you can just tell them what to do. Which is a bad idea because it's not my kitchen.
Yeah.
So that work meeting went poorly because they needed to install some software on her computer. But like none of her computers were working. So she's like, do you think I can use the old one I gave you like a year ago? So I was like, yeah, sure. Decided against it. And then like 2 hours later, she's like, you know, I'm gonna need that Windows PC after all. Can you get it? So I went and got it. I brought it back, and she's like, oh, not that one. The one that's at our mom's place. And I was like, that's not what you said. But I was just like, fine. So I went to go get it. So she was pissed off. Yeah. And then it was pissing me off. And then she was pissed off, so it was stressing her mom out. So
I was pissed off, so it was stressing her mom out.
It was just like a whole thing today.
Victor, take a look at the show sheets and kind of get an idea of the things that you want to talk about. If they're not on there, or if they are on there and you want to talk about them, please.
Instead of State of Star Wars, because he said you didn't have anything on it.
I mean, there's not really much stuff that ain't soapbox material at this point. I mean, you could talk about the interview with Daisy Ridley on one of the podcasts where she basically dissed Last Jedi, but I don't wanna go down that road.
Why don't you talk about the DC store? Just the Fiesta Texas thing.
Okay.
So just write State of Star Wars and mark it out.
Yeah, I'll mark it out too.
Right. I don't need it.
Yeah. Only I was really able to come across was that article where Disney's still moving forward, hiring a bunch of new employees for Orlando when they open their new theme park there.
Yeah. All right, so I haven't posted it. I gave you the time.
That's what she said.
That would be tips, sir.
Oh, I thought you said Tiff. I'm sorry.
We got to do a selfie before we start, since Victor's here. He's super handsome. So we can get the ladies to check out.
If you're after that, you shouldn't put me in there then.
I was just going to do like this. I'm just kidding.
All right. You're on the list for Bumblebee.
No. Actually, I don't know how we're going to do a selfie with all of this.
Yeah,
You know what? I'll lean in.
You do vertical mode?
Oh, like this? Horizontal?
Oh, yeah, horizontal.
My arms aren't long enough here. Are your arms long enough?
I can do it.
Yeah, here we go. Oh, yeah, perfect lighting is hitting us. All right. No, don't use your finger. You gotta use your thumb.
Yeah.
Push the button.
My hands.
Gotta do that. You shouldn't.
I can't tell if there's not.
I can't. Hold on.
All right, let me see.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I'm not very good at this. Take 2 selfies and combine.
Let's do panoramic.
Let's do a pan video, yeah.
Oh my gosh. It's gotta go this way. I can already tell some the absolute dog shit.
I'm sorry, my left arm is completely just jacked up. I
Does it hurt?
can't do that.
You have to hold it?
Yeah, I also
Oh,
think you
just
have to go pretty slow.
Yeah, it should smile. Do the people that are- Actually, that worked out incredibly well.
Let's take a look.
Yeah, it actually really did.
Let's take a look.
So we're looks like he's having a stroke. Actually, pretty good.
Yeah, I was trying to trick the camera.
Yeah, dude.
You did a good
I like
job.
her.
You came up pretty good. Okay. Wait. Oh, just kidding. I did it like this. Okay, here we go. All right, let's see.
That was just a Lincoln point.
It's pretty good.
Come
I
on.
like it. I'm posting it. All right, go over the show sheet, guys, and get started here a little bit. You gotta do
Yeah, I
some
gotta do
checks.
some screenshots from the fucking eBay orders. Or Amazon. Okay.
Is it on full stream? You can have that now.
I can do that. On YouTube, right?
Yeah.
YouTube. We got. Oh yeah, sorry.
Check it out.
So,
What up, Jason? What up, PJ? Sorry, we're still getting set up here.
read that really quick and then maybe we can have
Everyone silence your phones, please.
Where's all my burps? Should I silence those?
Mic check.
Mic check.
Mic check.
My check.
I feel like we were pretty quiet there. Alright, Dean, it's gonna be on you. No,
We sent it in the trash. You guys are fine.
wait, mute your phones.
It's not my phone. It's-
It is your phone. I'm already silent.
No, mine's silent.
That was
Not
definitely
mine,
fine.
it was Facebook.
So mine was on silent.
Look, I'm just saying, we have the video evidence. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, ready? Mic check.
Mic check.
Mic check.
My check.
There we go. We all had our podcasting voices. Then.
Talking to them.
Yeah, shoot into here.
That's what she said.
Yeah.
Good. We're good.
Yes. Fuck. I'm so sorry to deal with this.
True professional.
Looks like we're not getting our faces in the stream though.
Yeah, we've made changes since the last time we were here. We the faces don't matter. But getting them on the good camera.
Ah,
This is just so people can hear and interact with us.
fair enough.
Oh, shit.
You gotta keep up.
Well, you know, I try to, but there's this thing called massively multi-online role-playing game addiction that adds just a monkey on my back.
That's definitely your fault.
What about massive international stardom? What about that?
Great.
What?
Well, I was just holding my phone and it went like I just turned the vibrate on. So I don't know if it's gonna keep doing that.
Well, it looks like you dropped it a few times.
Why don't you just lower the volume manually?
It is all the way down.
Oh.
But you guys just said you.
You gotta go, if you can, go to, so there it goes, you gotta share a message and it didn't do it.
Yeah, but I was like just like texting and it popped up. I don't want to get accused of anything.
What was the last SummerCon exclusive? It was Scarlet Spider, Harvey Dent. Oh, the Mark 6.
Yeah, I don't know. Dude, Harvey Dent came out of
I
nowhere.
know, we're gonna talk about it.
It doesn't look good though.
That looks pretty good. It gets me excited for
It
you.
looks shitty.
That I would give
The sculpt is great,
you. Yeah.
but the suit is just like, that looks bad.
Yeah.
I mean, those movies are bad, so I'm not that surprised. The Dark Knight is garbage.
What?
Oh, PJ. Wah.
Yeah, I like Batman Begins.
Oh, that was
I'm okay with
fun.
the Dark Knight and the Dark Knight Rises lost me.
Dude,
It's not Bane.
it's not also like, what a
I mean, it was
shit
cool
way
for,
to
like, the
kill that
fighting.
character.
It's cool because of the fighting, but
It was like, oh shit, here goes Big Bad Bane, and then he gets shot. What the fuck? That's what you gave that character? Shot him off screen? Not off screen, but he was there and
Yeah.
then he gets shot.
yeah, and he's bye. That's it. See you later, Tom Hardy.
I'm like, what the fuck was that? He was like this like unstoppable force, like no matter what Batman did, he just kept coming back and you're just like, damn, and then
What are you talking about?
how fucking lame Bane was in the Dark Knight Rises.
Again.
You didn't get shot.
Yeah, but the motorcycle.
Stabbed.
Catwoman blew him up with the motorcycle at the end.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I think I
So
stabbed.
bad.
No, Batman gets stabbed.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you're right. Dude, I just got to the part in Super where Zamasu and Black fuse to that angel thing.
Uh-huh.
Pretty dope. Although the fucking major spoiler of the like the next episode teaser at the end of the show about the Goku Vegeta, I was like, motherfuckers. I didn't know they did that.
Confused?
I didn't know.
Elementary love.
Yeah, I think that's from.
What comes from the Blue Saga.
Yeah.
I didn't know he was gonna do it in Super.
Yeah.
But I was annoyed. I was like, well, that was a cool thing.
At least the toy.
Yeah, I thought it was from the Blue Saga. Because they made Dragon Star's kid blue.
But he doesn't have blue hair in the Blue Saga.
The Vegeta I saw had black hair. Okay, I don't know.
Like,
I'm just saying.
one? It's like $130.
No, Dragon Stars has the black hair one.
I definitely have the Dragon Star blue hair one.
I'm gonna look this up. I'm not confident that I'm right.
Yes, that is the 3AB.
PJ says I'm wrong about the toothpaste. Not really, he's just describing it more. It's just bad.
Welcome to the chat, Ruben.
See, look.
Man. I definitely have the blue hair one.
I'm not doubting that there's a bluer one. I said I saw this one in
I'm
the
just saying
store.
the figure where it's.
This is what I'm talking about. I saw that. I didn't know that they fused in Super.
Does he have a teal belt? And
Dude, I don't know. I'm just saying I saw it at glance and I was like, oh, that's cool. They made that to go with the boo.
no,
Yeah, I didn't know that. That's what I'm saying.
that's your fault.
Why are you the way this? Why are you the way? Okay, you forget things. You've been mean to me. Said you were gonna pay for my movie ticket and then you didn't.
Yeah, because you fucking went to like the most expensive showing you could find.
That's not true. That is definitely not true.
Boom.
I'm Max Blade.
I lied. That poor T-Rex. I need that 380.
Me too. I want
Says Mervin. Pleasantly surprised how nice that Bumblebee is.
Well, don't get too excited because it's mine.
More than one.
Hey,
That's
let's get
arguably-
something straight. It's mine until I say
Oh, wow.
otherwise.
And it's arguably my least favorite version of Bumblebee. The 78 Camaros.
It's Rainers.
Oh, Mervin, it's mine. Thank you for asking. You have to say if you put the batteries in the figure, it's yours.
Oh,
But he
oh.
did. I watched him put the batteries in.
Those are my batteries.
Well, you didn't say that. You said whoever put them in.
I put them in that drawer, so that's what I meant.
Whoever supplied
If we're
batteries.
gonna get into the theoretical
That's
physics
why
here.
companies don't include batteries.
Exactly. And then that will-
Is that a first one or second one production? I don't know. Let's take a look at the box.
I don't know. As the owner of this figure, I honestly couldn't.
Let's see.
I mean, it just came out, didn't it?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out where would that be on the box.
I don't think it tells you.
Brother. Okay.
Alright,
What did you say?
everyone's still.
I don't know.
Wait, so do you know, you
Everything's
don't,
amplified here, so you talk into my ear. Alright, sorry.
yeah, make sure you talk here. Even if you're talking to Dean, talk here. That's the number one thing to mess up.
Who are you making fun of?
I just randomly at work and all I randomly do the Batman voice. Christian Bale Batman.
Oh,
Sounds like he's got the flu.
I haven't had any issues with the doors yet. I mean, I got them on before, there were no issue, so maybe it's a second production run.
the dog with the tongue. Where are you? I'm Batman. Talk that.
Rose Randy.
I really don't like Christian Bale Batman.
So I'm gonna get that tartness out of my mouth.
What are you drinking?
English tea
Milk with.
with sugar and tea, like a true Englishman. We are international stars after all.
Yeah.
We have the finest teas imported for us.
Yeah, by our listener. Well, co-host.
When was the last time you saw it?
It's on
Actually,
like
you
every
didn't
episode.
send a recording this time.
I think it's because I called it boring last.
Dude, yeah. Yeah, produce that. All right, one more mic check.
He was not. It was a joke for what was the thing he did with the import taxes? We
Yeah.
were like, what do we call it?
Taxing weird.
Something like that.
Mic check.
Mic check.
Mic check.
Mic check.
Victor, hit that red sun button on the back of the camera for me. Make sure you click it. It should turn red. The front should turn red. There we go.
Hey.
Just say the prices.
Right. Halfway through the podcast.
Oh, I was pissed.
You never want to welcome back.
You ready?
Born ready.
You guys ready?
I'm always ready.
Victor, for any segments that we do, if I'm the lead, Dean will go first, and then you, and then Rainer. So for your segment, you'll be the lead, then Rainer, then me, then Dean, and vice versa.
Okay.
So for new this week, I don't know if you have anything maybe, but you would be second. Sound good?
Sounds great. Yeah,
I guess it's quiet.
I brought worms, but
I don't want your worms.
3, 2. We've only really had one thing that's happened in a year. It's actually been a year.
today,
Yeah. Well,
as our
like this is our year
episode.
of recording.
Nice.
We've only had one thing that I thought it was worth it to go to war over. And yesterday we found a second thing.
Oh.
And
Wait, remind me what the first thing was.
when Sideshow fired Susan,
Okay. I was thinking the John Legend people, John Lennon figure people. What were they called?
John Legend.
oh,
John
God. I feel like we should recap that.
Okay, go ahead.
Ready?
What are they called? Molecular.
Molecular.
I'll say that.
Okay. I was like John Legend. I was like, I don't give a fuck about John Legend. Okay, 3. Yeah, I felt like my was kind of flat there.
I won't even bring them.
What is that, like a
Okay.
knockoff version of
3.
Johnny Quest?
2, 1. For the second time in our history, which is a year, we're 1 year old. So
Nice.
we're a 1
Yeah.
year old. Anyway, so for the second time in our history, we're going to war.
Uh-oh.
I have a figure that's failed me for the last time. The company has ignored my messages, and I've gone underground and discovered that this is a pretty common issue with this figure and with this company. So Oxfam listeners around the world, we're going to war. Dean, we need to call the Bannerman from United States to England, all the ones that we have, and I think it's time to go to war.
Let's do it.
Sounds good. Okay. You know the intro. It's 1, 2, 3. Well, actually, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay,
Everyone last.
2.
you up there.
Hey guys, my name is Zach.
I'm Dean.
I'm Rainer.
I'm Victor.
Welcome to this week's episode of Collecting Weekly. This is the weekly podcast where my friends and I talk about the things that matter the most to us this week in collecting.
That's right.
Victor is joining us on the podcast. If you're one of those listeners of Collecting Weekly that goes for the deep dives, you will recognize Victor's beautiful voice from Throne Talk. You joined us on, I think, 3 or 4 Throne Talks, and that's actually how I got to know you. And this is actually our first time meeting, so it's nice to meet you in person. Please tell us a little bit about yourself and sort of the things that you dabble in.
Dabble in a lot, but me and Dean go way back
Way
from,
back.
elementary school and then
Oh, wow.
high school and all that stuff. And so then we reconnected. We're like, hey, we got to hang out. And of course, hey, who isn't in the Game of Thrones? And then, so he came over and we watched, what was it, episode 3?
I don't remember.
Yeah, the battle one.
Yeah.
Yeah. We watched that.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, same old. Full-time job, wife, 2 daughters, 4 dogs, 2 cats, and a bunny.
Epic beard.
Yeah, epic beard.
Epic
And
beard.
you're just beginning to get into collecting.
Yeah, so I got, what are they, the Funko Pops?
Okay.
Yeah, I got 3.
That's really cool.
They're on my desk, at my desk at work.
It's like
Actually,
the
that's
gateway
the-
drug to collecting.
Yeah.
Actually, that's the funny thing because they're entry level and also
Can
high
be
end
more.
sometimes.
Yeah, depending on the one that you have.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's great to have you. Obviously, Rainer is back in the booth.
Yeah.
So really good to have both of you guys on the show.
Yeah.
Dean, enough with semantics. We have a very special segment that we start all of our shows off. Would you like to
Yeah.
kick us off?
That's the best segment. You guys ready?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's
New this week.
Victor, you didn't join. That's fine.
It's okay. We always have one.
I'll watch it 2 years later. So what did you get new this week in collecting? I have had a pretty good and disappointing week, but also turned around. You don't even know this part yet. I've gotten obsessed over this character. Her name is Hatsune Miku. They're called Vocaloids.
Yeah.
Now, this is one of the coolest things. Like, the concept alone is really cool.
Yeah.
So I even took notes so I could tell you guys about it. So Yamaha teamed up with this company. Oh, I did take screenshots of that. That's so funny.
Okay. Yamaha teamed up with his company while Dean's
Sorry.
looking through his nudes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's so many. Yamaha developed this singing program. It's a program that synthesizes the human voice. So someone that makes music but can't sing a song, they can add a singer to the track without having to hire somebody.
Yeah.
It's almost like a piano, and then you tell the notes what sound to make, and it's like a person singing the song. They make them in all different languages. A company called Krypton wanted to boost the sales back in like 2005, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And so they created this character, Hatsune Miku. She's this 16-year-old little anime girl.
Your favorite.
And,
They caught me off guard.
wow, already. And it, like, overnight success.
Yeah, she's a huge
She's
presence.
gigantic. You probably know her. If you don't know what I'm talking about, this will probably ring a bell. It's the hologram girl with the blue hair
Mhm.
that like literally sells out concerts. It's like a big glass wall, and they project her image onto the wall, and they like sell out arenas around the world to have these characters sing and dance. Which is how I found out about it back in the day, like 2007. So what they did was they made Hatsune Miku open source. So nobody owns her.
Krypton did.
Yeah.
Okay.
So nobody owns that character.
Mhm.
So if you buy the program, you could do whatever you want with her without having to pay anybody
Yeah.
other than the program. So there's genre after genre, track after track, hundreds, probably thousands of songs by this one artist, but really it's a community that makes these songs. It's just a really cool concept.
Yeah.
That somebody would have such a huge character and then want the world to have it. Instead of some greedy asshole like, oh, give me the like royalties and shit.
Okay.
Yeah, so the company that makes the toys is Good Smile Company, Figma. They have a racing team, and she's like their mascot. And
Like a real? Like,
yeah, like she's all in their cars.
oh, wow.
They're actually a pretty successful racing team. Well, they make the toys of her for every year that they have a racing, I guess, victory.
Yeah.
So I bought those on Amazon.
Uh-huh.
And then today, I got refunded the money. And I was upset, and I was like, what the hell, why? Like, why did I just get refunded? It said it already shipped.
Yeah.
What the hell gives? So I get a letter from the seller. And
Super sketchy.
It's really weird. So listen to this.
I think it's a little bit of broken English combined with a lot
Yeah,
of
yeah.
Spanish.
This is from Japan, but it's through Amazon. So it's a third-party guy who sells on Amazon.
Yeah.
I have to tell you something important regarding the items you ordered and apologize to you. 1 week ago, suddenly, something named my shop sold the goods you purchased. I am sorry, but I did not sell this product and there is no stock of the item you ordered. Therefore, I am truly sorry to cancel this order and made a full refund. I sincerely apologize. My shop has been scammed by malicious people and my shop suffered a big loss. Please understand the situation. I truly apologize for any inconvenience caused to you in this regard. I was like, what does that even mean? Scammed by malicious people?
You should
Like,
get your money back.
yeah, I'm not saying like it's a scam, but I don't know what that means. Like,
Yeah.
how does someone took the name of your business, sold stuff that didn't exist, and then somehow you have to refund the money? I don't get it.
Maybe an employee oversold something on accident. I don't know. That is a really weird.
It's a really weird email, but I got my money back, and this was what, 4:00 earlier today?
Yeah.
I found the two figures secondhand, and it saved myself $30
On recurring.
on eBay and then on Facebook, a Figma group.
Yeah.
There you go.
And so they are in the mail presumably tomorrow, and I'll have them.
Watch you get the same email from that next person.
Yeah, about this
Amazing.
figure.
But I think that's all I gotta do this week.
I gotta do the sponsor tag. I forgot what it's sponsor.
Isn't it Picks by Manny?
No, that's the giveaway.
Who's the hell's our sponsor?
Steven's Collectibles.
Oh, again?
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm gonna record this now, but I'm gonna cut it before we start. So let me just do this real quick, and then after we're done with the tag, we'll pause and then we'll do
We'll
3,
see.
2. Before we get started, we wanted to thank our friends over at Stevens Collectibles and More for sponsoring this week's episode of Collecting Weekly. They're your one-stop shop for the hottest Bandai imports like Figuarts, Gunpla, Soul, Chigokin, NECA, Marvel Legends, and a ton more. You can find them in person at 12,000 Texas Loop 1604 in Universal City. They also are online at collectmoretoys.com. They offer a paid delivery service within our city and worldwide shipping for all of our Collecting Weekly listeners. If you're shopping with them for your first time, you can mention that you're a Collecting Weekly listener and get 10% off your first order. So they have a ton of getting some incredible things that we'll talk about a little later in the podcast.
Cool.
All right, so that, jump down here. And Victor, I'll give you a 3, 2, 1. 3, 2.
So I haven't really been collecting long, but I'm always looking on Amazon.
Yeah.
And so I guess I'm gonna go, well, I was talking to Dean about it, about the John Wick figure.
Yeah, I think you mentioned it on Throne Talk. I think when we were kind of
Yeah.
after the show. Remind me of the company. Mezco.
This is the first one you sent, it was the first one you
It's
sent.
the one with all
I
the.
sent you two. I sent you Mafex, and then I sent you
Yeah,
Mafex.
Yeah.
All the fucking stuff.
so I'm thinking about getting that one, because he's awesome. Keanu Reeves is awesome, but John
Yeah.
Wick's
I don't know
awesome.
if the next one is available anymore.
I think it depends on where you're getting it from. I would check with Steven to see if you can get the discount, but I know he was ordering a good number of those for his shop, so maybe that could be an outlet for you, because that one did sell out pretty quick. But yeah, that's a cool one to get. They have so many different accessories.
Dude, a ton. Yeah, way better than the Mafex.
And then, of course, probably, Superman. Some sort of figure of Superman. Well, I have a Funko, I have Batman, Superman,
Yeah.
and Dak Prescott.
Yeah, he's a DC fan.
Yeah.
I only have Dak Prescott.
Yeah.
Dude, he's an Eagles fan. Don't even.
I know, I gave him, I was like, yeah, I'll come on the live podcast, take that hat off. This is my podcast.
This is my show. I do what I want on my show. Rainer, what you got?
I got the 3A Bumblebee from Buddies.
Wow.
Dude, it's pretty cool.
It is legit. I will not lie. It is awesome.
You sent pictures and I was not very impressed, but now that it's in front of me, I think it's pretty sweet.
Yeah. I think I posted on Ox that I'm just in love with this figure, and I'm debating whether or not I'm gonna get the Prime when it comes out.
Dude, it was still in the clamshell when he sent me pictures, and he was like, dude, I'm sold.
Yeah.
He was like, I'm going to get Prime.
Now I'm like, is it gonna be like how expensive is the Prime gonna be? Because the Prime, if you scale it up, it's gonna be a lot bigger.
It's 180.
That's not bad.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm almost certain. Can you double check that?
No.
Jesus.
So now my phone sucks, it's all slow.
Oh my god.
Well, anyways, I mean, I'm debating on the Prime at this point. I mean, I'm pretty much gonna get it. But probably.
Yeah, it looked really cool. I'll be honest, I haven't seen the movie yet, but looking at your figure, and I've seen PJ the Paradox Nerd, he put up a really nice 4K video of that figure, and pretty tempted. I told Zach Rainer before we started that, and just so we can have it on record here, I have first dibs if and when he decides to sell it.
Marking his territory.
Yeah, because it just looks so good. Yeah, I'm sorry, it's $189.99, which is not totally unreasonable. His Prime is going to be a pretty huge dude. Yeah, so I'm honestly thinking to try to source one of these down because that looks.
Mervin
I
said
think-
he has the Prime on there.
And I think Buddy said he was trying to get more from his distributor, so you may want to check with him.
I just messaged him. He said that the distributor is sold out right now.
Oh,
Is that what you got this week, Zach?
that's all I've got for this week. Unfortunately, it's been a slow week.
Nice. So slow week for me as well. I got the Demoniacal Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Vegeta, and Goku heads. Pretty good.
Oh, you did finally get them?
Yeah, the Vegeta head looks a little weird, like the skin color. Not a huge fan of it, but I think for the full package it looks really good. And once I get the Cell Saga Vegeta 2.0 to put that down there, it's going to look really, really good.
Yeah.
Amazon has such a weird damaged item policy. My first set of these were supposed to be delivered on Sunday, and I got the text that it was out for delivery. And normally Amazon Courier delivers to my house around 2 or 3. So I was waiting, and it was like 7 o'clock at night, still waiting. And I checked my phone to check Amazon, and it said that you were going to get a refund. And they're like, the courier damaged your product. I was like, fuck, I wish they would have texted me that, because by that point I had missed, it could have been there on Monday if I had ordered it early enough on Sunday. But because I missed it, it was delivery for Tuesday, and I had to pay extra to have it for Tuesday. So a little annoying, but nothing to the world. They're pretty good.
Shouldn't
I didn't realize they were.
be up to you, the buyer, if it's damaged enough?
Well, the thing that bothered me is that if the item was damaged, I clearly ordered it because I wanted it.
Right.
I think they should have just resent me a new one, without, hey, your item was damaged, there's going to be a delay in your order, but it'll be there Tuesday. That's totally fine.
Yeah.
And when I called their customer service, and they waived the upcharge for the next day delivery, so it was not the end of the world, but it was still kind of annoying that
Well, I feel like,
Like, but then it was like you might get a refund, but you have to call us to find out. Like
but Amazon was delivering it.
an Amazon courier.
So I feel like the Amazon courier should have knocked on your door and be like, "Hey, I fucked up. Is this okay? You want me to get it?"
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of the Amazon courier, to be honest. I've had times where they deliver my package and it smells like weed because if there's in their like
Yeah,
some of
that's
these
the one-
couriers
yeah.
can be just in their own vehicle,
Yeah.
and nothing against people who smoke weed, but it's like I'd rather not have that around my kid. And I've had times where it gets
Yeah,
delivered, it
yeah.
smells like cigarette
I'm
smoke.
like, dude, give me some. Or I'm
Yeah.
gonna call your supervisor.
Like, yeah, let me pick one package in that trunk. And so, it's just kind of a weird thing. I also built a diorama, which I was watching a lot of toy reviewers, and some of the ones that I really like, they have like dioramas for their figures to be in. Just like it's just a nicer thing when you're shooting like a Dragon Ball figure, just any figure in general, to have something other than just a white shelf top, which is what I have. And not only that, but since I'm doing a lot of reviews of smaller figures now, it's kind of hard to shoot them with that ring light that we have because it can only go so low, and your phone mounts in the middle of it. And so putting the figures up like 2 inches taller makes it a lot easier for me to frame up the shot.
Sure.
So I got a bunch of different materials from Lowe's. I actually built 2 dioramas, and I think I like to tile one more. But if you check out my Instagram, Collecting Weekly, you can see it's sort of like a world tournament stage from Dragon Ball. And I really liked it. I mean, it was a little pricier than I wanted it to be, and I bought enough supplies to basically make 2 of them. So I could have cut it down if I just bought enough to make 1, but it was pretty nice, and the figures do look really cool. And I was taking these pictures on my Instagram of Vegeta and Baymax with some of the diorama, and I thought it was pretty nice.
Are you gonna build the walls like I told you to?
I want to, but
Probably not talented enough.
yeah, I'm certainly limited on that regard. New pre-orders, Stan Lee is gone for pre-order as a Toy Fair exclusive. $274 would have bought you that, but now it is on waitlist. It waitlisted
That was
3 or
fast.
4 days after it went up, and I will say it's a cool exclusive. This is from Guardians 2, right?
Yeah.
Really cool exclusive. ETA October to December. I think it's cool because a lot of people want a Stan Lee, and Hot Toys already did. I think they did like 2 versions of him in just like street clothes, if I remember correctly. And those are going for astronomical prices now once he passed away, unfortunately. And I think this is a cool way for them to give people a Stan while also keeping the value of the ones that they've done in the past.
Yeah, they should make a stand for every cameo.
Honestly, that would be pretty dope.
That'd be a lot.
That's a lot of Stan Lees.
Yeah.
It's like
They're all
$30
very-
plus.
They're all very
Plus.
different.
Um,
Security guards.
it would be cool. It would be
janitors,
cool
FedEx delivery.
if they gave like a fan vote, like the top 3, and they put all 3 outfits in the pack. I think that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Because some of them are pretty simple.
That's too smart. That will never happen.
Yeah, they'll just box each one. Now, I think it's kind of interesting because he does have that dome for the helmet.
Yeah.
I think that could be them kind of testing the waters for Mysterio, like to get the whole processing down. And I think that dome is a great idea, but in execution, in people's cabinets, it's going to get fingerprints, it's going to get oily, it's going to get dusty.
It's gonna reflect light like a bitch.
I don't know how it's going to work out in actuality.
I
So,
don't know why I said that.
yeah, right.
They're just bitches.
Harvey Dent Toy Fair exclusive was
Dude.
251 out of left field.
This came out. I woke up. I was like, what?
Literally out of left field. This gets me really excited for a Hot Toys Crispy Anakin because the flesh, the scarred flesh and exposed bone is gorgeous on that figure.
Well,
Gorgeous is a weird way to describe red flesh, but it looks great for what it is.
Yeah.
Gene, what do you got to say about it?
The sculpt is amazing. The outfit, not so much. It looks very not good. It doesn't look charred at all. It looks like he got like tomato sauce spilled on him and then it just dried there. It just doesn't look. It's not convincing enough to me that it's like burn. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's just a promo shot, so who knows? Maybe they'll knock it out of the park. But as of right now, I'm not a easy pass for me.
Yeah, it's a pass for me for sure, but
For
I will
someone
say
who likes those movies, this is cool. Especially like, how many years has it been since that movie came out? Fucking, I don't know. I can't even guess.
It's been like
But that's the second movie in the trilogy, isn't it?
that movie came out when I was like in
Yeah.
high school.
Yeah. Yeah, because
Yeah.
Bane was the bad guy in the third one, so yeah, he's like.
I
the
will
second movie.
say, really cool Hot Toys to throw a bone to DC collectors because for a long time they felt very slighted.
Yeah. Which gives me hope for something like Baze Malbus or something.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Because not only did they do, what's the bad guy thing right movie?
Krennic.
Not only did they do Krennic, yeah, thank you, Rainer.
Yeah.
Years later, it's like
Yeah.
have the track record of popping shit out of left field. So
Yeah. I think that's a lineup though. The 4 summer exclusive Scarlet Spider, Mark 6, Harvey Dent, and Stan Lee.
Mhm.
They're fucking really good exclusives. A lot of people are upset that Star Wars is in the summer exclusives, but
We got Anakin
I feel
last
like
year.
people aren't biased.
well, I don't know about that, but we got Anakin last year, and then the year before that we had the Gold Chrome Stormtrooper. So it's like at some point,
Was it really that long ago, or not that long ago? I
Gold
feel
Chrome, maybe it was 2 years ago, but it's not like we haven't ever had a Star Wars summer
Yeah.
exclusive. Is basically what I'm getting. So those are the Hot Toys exclusives. Toys Era Beast 165 buys you that.
That's
ETA
pretty
Q4
cool.
2019 looks really good. Lots of fur on that one.
yeah.
I'm not gonna get it,
Yeah,
but I
he's
love that they're
awesome.
starting to complete this
And,
line. And then
yeah.
they put up the Cyclops as well.
That one looks good.
I haven't seen any prices on that one.
I haven't either, but
Have you
damn.
seen Dark Phoenix? I don't know.
No.
Dark Phoenix?
Yeah,
Oh no!
but I guess because I read on like what happened. He decides to stay. Remember, because he decides to stay as Beast.
Yeah.
So that's
So this is the Apocalypse Beast.
I think this is First Class. I don't watch any of these movies, so
No,
I
no,
wanna
it's
say
not First Class. It's
No, this figure is based on. I want to say it's Apocalypse.
you might be right.
He's in the getup,
Yeah.
and everybody's in the getup when they fight Apocalypse. Also, show you a picture in a second.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. The Cyclops looks way cooler, but yeah, it's an easy pass.
Gang Hood put up a Peter Parker 2.0 outfit. You get the body and the outfit for $72. It comes with a t-shirt, a red shirt, a blue hoodie, jeans, headset, bracelet, backpack, sneakers, the pale skin Gang Hood Asian body, and you also get a magnet piece to put on the neck so you can attach a lot of those magnetic Peter Parker sculpts, which I think is super, super cool that they did that. Though I can't remember him wearing, this is a really bad picture, but this blue one with a plaid red shirt. I don't remember him wearing that in the movie. I remember him wearing the Nikes for sure, because he was wearing that during his first confrontation in the movie with a person. Can't tell, but I don't remember that full outfit. A lot of people are saying that they can't remember it either. So, but either way, it's cool that we're getting another Peter Parker, and it's even cooler that they're including a magnet for the magnetic head sculpts because those don't plug in by traditional means. 11 on his Instagram teased a realistic Miles Morales. The outfit is going to be by Super MC Toys, which if they continue the price of the Nano sweatshirt should be about $60. I think is what it was, $50-$60. So I know a lot of people are really excited about that. And it just depends on whether, how long it's going to take for 11 to put up the head sculpt for pre-order. So you could be able to probably get a figure for, $60 for the body. No, probably not $60, probably like $30-$40 for the body. Head sculpts from 11 are usually about $30 to $50, and then the outfit's about $50. So pretty reasonable price, and it gives people other options other than the JB hand sculpt. What are you looking at?
The Beast.
Oh, okay. So that gives people other options. I know JB hand is making a custom, and then the when we talked about last week, those 2 miles that went up. So
Oh shit!
what do you got?
I don't think I have time to order the other models anymore.
No, it closes on July 30th.
Oh, it's July 3rd. I thought it was June.
No.
Still got time to think about it.
Dean, this was really exciting for us, but at Toy Fair 2019, there was a
Dude.
flyer circulating of the next Dragon Stars figures. You want to tell us what was teased?
I forgot.
Oh my god. So I think it looks like Bardock, an Ultra Instinct
Dude, I
Goku,
was super stoked.
Fifth Form Cooler, the Gogeta with the Halo, Super Saiyan 1 Gohan.
Yeah, that's got to be Gogeta from the Janemba movie.
Yeah,
That's the only time
then
you had the Halo.
Super Saiyan 4, Vegeta, Krillin, and then This one I guess might be just Gogeta, but not with the Halo, maybe. I don't know, but
pretty excited.
but those are all really excited. Krillin in particular, and then Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta. We're all really excited about those. And that one I found from Eric Morales 8672 on Instagram. He was at the show and posted the pictures of that little flyer. So that is that's super dope. Like, so excited. Dragon Stars, they just keep killing it. They just have to kill it on Krillin.
Dude, the only thing, if they could work on their leg articulation, those figures would be 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
I have no problem with their upper body, like waist up, flawless, pretty much. But it's usually the knees and like the hips, the way they sit in. They need to do something about that. Or maybe they don't do it on purpose, so they'll keep on Figuarts.
Yeah, because at some point it's like these are $20 and Figuarts is like $35, $50. So it's like, you get what I'm saying? It's like where, because if you think about it, you can get the new Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Goku for what, like $35, $38, and Dragon Stars is $20. So for $18, you get like 8 more hands, faces, and 2 heads.
Yeah.
It's. I think they're hitting a critical mass where they can only get so much better. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
New releases, the Bullet Head Hypnotist has come out. That's the Mantis from Infinity War. A lot of people are really liking it. I've heard some widely reported issues of the hands and the head falling off too easily, but other than that, I mean, that's pretty common with third-party stuff.
What bodies are those?
I'm not sure. Probably not.
Oh,
I mean, I'm not sure. They look seamless. I don't know what they are though.
okay.
I don't think it's TV League because when I saw the wrist joint, it looked like a plastic.
Oh, okay.
connection.
Okay.
3-0, kind of in the news, this guy David Bishop posted a comparison of the Scully and Mulder 1/6 scale figures.
Yeah.
And Scully is the female, right? I don't watch X-Files.
Yes.
Okay, Scully in this comparison shots is like 1/7 scale compared to Mulder, who was like a pretty true 1/6 scale. And a lot of people are upset about this, and I have to agree, it looks pretty egregious, the size difference. Let me show Victor here so we can know what I'm talking about. So this is the head of comparisons. You can see how much smaller her head is.
Yeah.
I know Gillian Anderson, I think is her name. She's not the tallest person in the world by any means, but in the show they filmed her on, a lot of times with like a little platform to make their heights a little closer. She's 5'3" in real life, and David is 6 foot tall. So there is certainly a height difference, about 1.5 inches in 6 scale. But when you look at the characters together, it looks like they may have used the actors' real heights instead of their show heights, which I know is something we talk about a lot on the shows, like canon height versus non-canon height.
Yeah.
And it's really bad. So I don't know what they're going to do about this, but it certainly caused quite the uproar. This was
Yeah, I mean the height isn't a huge deal because let's just say
like you can have a short female, but the head is still going to be the same size.
right. It's the scale that's the problem.
And
I
you
know
also
the
have that
height
issue with
scale
your
is
major.
height, but
Your major by this company also had the same issues, where it's
Yeah.
like the head was just totally not the right size of like an adult female head.
yeah, because my major is the same size as my Daenerys.
Yeah.
But if you put them next to Hot Toys Black Widow, she's like a head taller.
Yeah.
It's like, what the fuck? I personally think those figures are too small.
Yeah.
Which is weird because the Hound and Jon Snow seem okay in terms of size. So it trips me out because technically Daenerys is accurate then if these guys are accurate. But if you put her next to like any other figure, it's like, no, she's definitely not.
Yeah. So it's certainly something that they have to hopefully correct going
There's
forward.
some
with
fucking
new
science
releases.
that needs to be fucking.
The Broly movie Vegeta has been released. Lots of people got that. I know Mervin got that posted on Ox. Mervin's in the chat
Is he
also.
going to rub it in right now?
You and I.
Go ahead, Mark, do your thing.
Yeah, Merv, that's a great figure.
Awesome.
And Richard says he's on lock for an unlicensed Stan Lee. Heard it's releasing late July. So yeah, that's one that we've talked about in the past. So that's a cool figure as well. There was earthquakes that passed through California.
Did you hear about
Many, I think of minor quakes and 2 major ones. I've seen several groups, people who had shown pictures of statues that were damaged and collectibles that were damaged, and our very own Fern from the Collecting Weekly branch
No.
has a testimonial for us to listen to. So let's listen to that, and then we'll be right back. Are you ready for this?
This is Fernando, reporting live from the California branch of Collecting Weekly, where a 7.1 magnitude earthquake just occurred. And pretty much my whole entire room started shaking, all my detox started shaking. My Captain America's knees got weak. By the end of it, half my fingers were doing the
Wait, how was this?
and
Let me rewind it.
by the end of it, half my fingers were doing the smooth criminal pose. And basically, I had no choices. Either save myself or save my fingers. And I chose to stay behind and try to catch some details because I wasn't going to let them all fall and break and ruin my fingers. And as a collector, I think I made a good choice.
You did the right thing.
Fortunately, I didn't have the time. We're going to have to get the rock on the phone and make him come save us soon because this is the second earthquake in the past 2 days.
Is it The Rock? Is it The Rock?
The big one is
Yes.
Because he's in that earthquake movie.
Yeah.
by Sideshow.
He said, you know what that means when the big one's coming. Goodbye, Sideshow.
That was going to break down a little bit. And that's going to
All right. 3, 2, 1.
That was without a doubt my favorite.
Say that again, but it cuts you off. Like you got to give it a second to start recording.
That is without a doubt my favorite voice movie I've ever gotten.
Yeah,
That was
great use of the memes. Great use of the rock. 10
Good
10.
visuals.
Good
I
visuals,
knew
yeah.
exactly what he was talking about.
Like shit shaking. Thank God.
The criminal pose.
Thank
they're all
God.
just,
Yeah.
like, leaning.
Yeah,
That's
when I
amazing.
used to have detox, that was the worst thing when a figure fell forward because then you have to like open the door and try to catch it while you're opening the door, and it's a huge pain in the ass. So, Fern, I'm glad that none of your figures were damaged, and even more so, I'm glad that your beautiful angel, you're okay. So, thank you for your firsthand testimony. I know Mervin said that where he lives, it was not as bad, and he said that he just, it was not as bad as Fern experienced. I think Fern is closer towards the apex.
That was
So-
crazy. All morning I was like, oh shit.
Yeah,
You were there?
Well, no, but like my phone, like people were posting about it.
The way you said that all morning it was
You
crazy.
Inside the studios. It was crazy.
Yeah, man. I keep in touch with friends and up to date on current events. Very current even.
Good for you. Good for you.
I hate you.
That is not true. Dean has been so mean to me this week, and then this morning he roasted me because I was too poor to watch Far From Home. And being an angel that he was like, you know what? I'm gonna buy your ticket and your concessions. And I went and I saw the film on his own direction. He was like, "You're an international star. You need to go see this movie for the show."
You have to stay on top of
And
it.
so I saw it, and come to find out, he's like, "Oh, I was not reimbursing you for the full ticket." And he's like, "And you got food." He's like, "I wasn't buying that." So I went and lived this lavish life because I thought my co-host was treating me to a wonderful day out at the
No.
movies. Come to find out, my PayPal is empty.
What's
My
up?
PayPal is drier than my elbows.
I agreed to pay for half of a $8 movie ticket.
Where am I going to find an $8 movie?
I
Am
know,
I going to
see,
go to that
it's-
side of town and watch a movie?
Like a matinee.
I gotta stay in
somewhere.
my area, bro.
Wow.
Anyways,
Wow. This guy.
Wow.
Jeez.
Manny is not here, but we still do
Water
have
fountains you
a
drink.
rate the flick. Wow. We do have a rate the flicks. Rainer, have you seen Spider-Man, the new one?
I went to see it today, and
Spoiler free.
no, I didn't
Don't
get a
spoil it.
chance to see it.
God damn it, what
You
happened?
said you went to go see it.
I was gonna say I went to go see it today, and the movie theater was having some problems, and I didn't get a chance to see it.
Earthquakes or what?
Shut it down! Shut it down! No Spider-Man for you! Get the heck out!
That was good. So, Gene, you've seen it.
I saw it.
What is your out of 10?
Like a
Motherfucker, you haven't even seen it.
Like an 8. I really enjoyed it, but there are some issues.
I gave it a 9 out of 10. I think 20 minutes too long, but I really like. There was almost nothing offensive to me about that movie.
Yeah.
Like thinking about it, I know before we started recording, Dean, again staying spoiler free, you and I were kind of finding some small plot holes,
Mhm.
but on the whole, no, kind of really good.
Yeah.
I think that what is the actor's name of Spider-Man?
Tom Holland.
Tom Holland. I just think that he's solidified himself as the greatest
Time
Spider-Man.
travel, just answer that? You are almost answering before you even done with
No.
Who's the Tom Holland?
Jake Gyllenhaal is fantastic in the movie.
Yeah.
Zendaya.
doesn't like
as
Jake
MJ.
Gyllenhaal.
No, I don't.
Wow.
I love Jake Jones. Bubble Boy?
Brokeback Mountain?
Yeah.
Donnie Darko?
The two guys that I can't say. I mean, first, I don't like Captain America. So
Yeah,
Chris Evans as
Chris
Captain
Evans.
America just puts the cherry on top. Like I hate that kid.
Not on the bottom.
Yeah.
It's a fantastic Bob.
America's ass.
It's America's Bob.
I loved it. It was such a good movie. Manny
Dude.
gave it an 8 out of 10.
I want more Zendaya.
Dude, me too.
She's so fun.
So that is that. Hopefully, if you guys have seen it as well.
Zendaya, if you're watching this somehow, break up with Tom Holland.
Are they really dating?
Yeah,
Are they?
Really?
that's what I heard or was watching.
I haven't seen that movie.
Now, more movie news. The Mulan movie reportedly won't feature any Mushu or singing.
What the?
This is reportedly, by the
I'm
way.
fine with no singing, but
You gotta have the
No, I'm
dragon.
not fine with either. Like, why even make that movie?
Exactly.
Why even make that movie?
It's probably gonna be awesome, but
did Aladdin have singing?
yes, it was. Oh my god, it was awesome.
Really?
I've seen it.
It was awesome.
Those two, right?
If it does,
Yes.
well, motherfucker, they got Beyonce. It better have some singing.
Yeah, they
We're
had a
not
little.
paying Beyonce for her acting chops.
Yeah, otherwise they would have just hired me on.
We do have a giveaway sponsored by Rate the Flicks.
Ooh.
You're like on this little tangent here. I'm trying to
Yeah, I
pronounce
was
this giveaway.
done. but you
Okay, just go ahead.
No, that's fine.
No, go ahead. We'll wait.
I was gonna
We'll
rip
wait
on
for
her.
you.
I was gonna rip on Rihanna for being in Battleship, but whatever.
Rihanna's in this movie too?
No, she was in Battleship.
What does that have to do with anything?
No,
We're
You
talking
said
about-
you
I
said
know
they
you're
hired
wrong.
Beyonce. She better
Oh,
be singing. And I was like, yeah. Otherwise, they would have just hired Rihanna.
Oh.
She's a terrible actress
that's a good one.
because
That's a
she's
good
in the
one.
movie Battleship. God,
Mervin says that Spider-Man was a 7.5 out of 10. So
I think so was the earthquake.
Oh god.
Oh man, that was you're on fire today, Dean.
Thanks, dude.
You're on fire. Except for not paying for my movie ticket. And
Wait,
and-
he said 7.5 out of 10.
Anyways,
I gotta
so
talk to you, Merv, because I think we might have the same issues.
we do have a giveaway sponsored by the Rate the Flix Instagram. It's RATETHEFLIX. So we have some people in the chat right now. Let's play a little game. So the giveaway is for a Sideshow USB, which is right here. This is 8 gigabytes.
It comes in a cool little tin.
Comes in a tin. You can also use this for Altoids if you'd like.
Or very small cigarettes.
And
Other things.
okay. Now on
Little blue pills.
on this flash drive. Wait, let me
It's gold.
let me rephrase this. Not on this flash drive. Wink, wink. Again, not on this flash drive is the Harmy Despecialized Original Trilogy, which is the only way that I watch the original trilogy now.
Which, if you don't know, is
The original theatrical cut.
uncut Star Wars, but
Excellent.
upscaled to Blu-ray.
Excellent.
720, yeah.
It's amazing.
And
And it's not on this.
so we have some people in the chat. So let's play a little bit of a Collecting Weekly trivia since it is our 1 year anniversary.
Yeah.
All right, so if you want this tin, if you're in the chat right now, tell me what was, as my daughter goes crazy in the background, what was the only item that led me to leave my first and only ever negative rating on eBay? Put it in the comments and the live stream.
Oh, I don't
If you know what the
think I
item
know
is,
that.
and if we don't have a winner by the end of the show, we'll find another trivia question. But again, the only item that I've ever left a negative feedback for on eBay, it was an item that I got when we first started the show, very early on, And if you can let me know what the item is in the live stream comments, I will mail you this. No questions asked. What? I'll mail you this, no strings attached. That's what I was trying to say. No strings attached. So
It kind of looks like the Shrek. That's
Yeah,
could
the,
be. So moving on, while we have the people doing their research there, the DC report, the Joker film, is the directors have made a statement to Empire Magazine, and that statement reads as follows: the newest Joker film might be angering. I'm sorry. Director Todd Phillips revealed to Empire that the new film doesn't adopt any storylines from the comics. We didn't feel anything from the comic. We didn't follow anything from the comic books, which people are going to be mad about. We just wrote our own version of where a guy like Joker might come from. That's what was interesting to me. We're not even doing Joker, but the story becoming Joker. It's about this man. First off, you're not doing Joker. What the fuck would you call this movie Joker? That's what it's called, right?
yes, yes.
Yeah, it's called The Joker. Yeah,
we're not making a movie about the Joker. What's it called? The Joker?
No, we're doing the comedian instead.
Then why would
The funny guy?
yeah. Actually, I went to the Family Dollar yesterday. I just need to get something real quick on my way to work. And they were doing a clearance on their games. And they were like, no apologies necessary. And it was like a sorry ripoff. And it was like other things like that.
Oh,
And I was like, wow.
no.
It was like, I can't believe it's not butter ripoffs. Have you seen those?
No.
I got to say, they're really funny.
Yeah. So kind of an odd thing there.
Or Robert Cop.
Now, what?
It's the knockoff RoboCop is Robert Cop. It's like a toy from Mexico.
Oh yeah, the Vader one.
Yeah.
Darth Vader. Anyways, so going on, I mentioned in the cold open that we were going to war.
Oh,
I need to breathe. I need to
Yeah.
center my sheet.
Does anybody have the soapbox ready? Or?
Oh my gosh, whatever that would even look like. So
Hold on. Here you go.
Yeah.
let's start with what we talked about. I had a Rebor Killer Queen Rex
It's right here.
back in May, and it was delivered, like a week or two after I ordered it, and I had this on pre-order since like 6 months before.
Right.
I think in the Collecting Weekly Awards, that was one of my most anticipated figures.
Okay.
Like Satan, this figure has fallen from grace. Okay, literally fallen from grace. Everything is falling right now.
Literally.
Literally has fallen. 2 weeks after I got the figure, I noticed that it could not stand. And I thought that was odd. Called Big Bad Toy Store. They're like, no problem. It could have been damaged in transit. Like maybe it was on the truck. It got too hot. Whatever. They sent me a FedEx label. I sent the figure back. They sent me a new one as soon as I had shipped the old one, which was great. Sorry, I'm going to save the thing off. 3, 2, 1. And so I got the new one on June 15th. And I was really happy because it was right before my birthday. Yeah, like 3 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago. I don't know when that was. And I was like, wow, like this thing is actually not falling. This is great. And I love the sculpting. I love painting. I loved everything about this thing. 3 days ago, Rebor put up a post and they were like, yo, so I don't know if you guys have noticed this little Easter egg with our Dilophosaurus bases. They can be used as a base for the Killer Queen. If you combine these two smaller dinosaur bases, you can make one big base. That base is designed to also work with the T-Rex. And I was like, that's kind of weird, like really weird, because now your Dilophosaurs don't have a base. And I was like, and also, like I get it, like they're both supposed to be like from Jurassic Park, like they're based on the Stan Winston designs.
Mhm.
But I just like, that's so weird. And lo and behold, the next day my Rex started falling again. And I'm like, that's why this fucking company put out this base to try to help people get their Rexes to stand. So I go on this dinosaur group and I'm like, let me see if this is a common problem because I'm 2 for 2 with these Rexes falling. Put up a post, probably about 20 people chimed in.
Yeah, I was reading it before we started.
Everyone said the same thing.
Yeah.
And then people were saying, don't even bother messaging them. They're going to tell you to fuck off, which is kind of crazy that a company would be that way with its customers. And I'm done with this company. Like I had ordered, I know I mentioned a long time ago, those oddities, which is like the fetus in the little containers, canceled those. I had, was planning to buy some of their Raptors, the Lost World, and then the JP1 Raptor. Decided not to buy those. I'm super upset with this company. They ignored all my messages, tweets, Instagrams, and I think that if you're a collector and you're listening to our podcast, you should seriously consider doing business with this company. They are not a good company to do business with. And the thing that bothers me is like they're making this stuff, this Rex, this Dilophosaurus, based on Stan Winston's licensed work, and they're making a bad product, which kind of tarnishes his work, which is fantastic. Now, the Dilophosaurus I mentioned, really odd because they put up a post and it says, this was on June 26th, so like 2 weeks ago. When was the last time you picked up glue and scissors? Worried that your DIY skills might be getting rusty? Well, we prepared a 5-minute finger exercise for you. You've already figured it out, so let's get right down to it. So you can download these 2 images, right? And they tell you to cut out and glue part A and part B back to back. So you're gluing 2 things together. Then cut out this frill, which is pretty complex to cut out by yourself. Mm-hmm. And then take this piece of paper that you just glued yourself and then slap it on your $30 figure, which is a ripoff of Stan Winston's Dilophosaur. And then now you have a Jurassic Park Dilophosaur with the frill that comes out. Because that's not, the real dinosaur didn't have that. That was a Stan Winston thing. And it's like, so not only are you guys ripping off this company, but you're also not including the shit that it needs to look like the rip-off thing that you're doing. It's just so stupid. And not only that, but the Dilophosaurs are like $30 a piece. The Rex is $35. So you're telling me I need to buy 2 Dilophosaurs to get 1 base for a $30 T-Rex. So I put on Instagram that, and on their own page, that they should give this base complimentary to anyone who ordered the Killer Queen, because this is not able to stand. If you can you hold that up to the camera so they can see how much the rightmost leg is bent? Just kind of hold it up to the camera there, a little bit higher. There you go. You can just see how much that's bent. It just does not stand on its own. You want to try to stand it up on the table there? Maybe, don't hit Zach's figure. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so this thing just cannot stand. It's so frustrating. Like, I was so hyped to own this, and for this issue, it was just super annoying. And the fact that they tell their customers to straight up fuck off from what a lot of people were telling me is just really poor business practices.
Yeah.
So I will say I called Big Bad Toy Store, and Dean, you don't want to know what happened when I called Big Bad Toy Store?
Please tell me.
A beautiful angel answered the phone, and he apologized. He said, "I'm so sorry that you're having these issues with this figure. I can send you out a 3rd one, or I can give you a refund." Took the refund, and I'm going to ship this garbage figure back. The figure doesn't deserve to be in this world. Send this motherfucker back and get my $30-40 back. So who we got going here? So
We got an entry.
Oh, Mervin with the win. Look at that. Mervin, congratulations. Mervin won the
As soon as I read it, I was like, yeah, that's what it was.
So just so we can have some context here, the only item that I've ever had to give negative feedback, other than this garbage-ass Tyrannosaur, literally the worst thing mankind's ever made, yes, I did.
You got this on me?
Oh, no, I'm sorry. The trivia question was a James Earl Jones photograph of Darth Vader with a big old smudge on the bottom, like almost looked like someone spilled like furniture floor polish on the bottom. And
that's the one you can always see.
Yeah, I'll show you here in a little bit, Victor. But yeah, Raymond, Mervin, congratulations. Send me your, I have your address actually. I'll mail this out on Friday. I got a busy few days, but I'll mail this on Friday, and then you can enjoy your Sideshow USB with, that may or may not have the Army Despecialized Original Trilogy on there. So
It's a 50-50.
give them a round of applause. That is some good detective work, Mervin. Congratulations, my friend. So that is my soapbox. I hate this company. Like, I literally can't put into words how much I hate this company. Just garbage. They have so many statues that I wanted to order. I was gonna, if this figure worked, I probably would have spent like $300 or $400 on their line. Like, just full stop. They had so many beautiful statues, but I've had such a negative experience with this. And even within the toy photographer community, I know a lot of people that have this figure, they say that they pretty much take it out, they do their shoot, and they put it back in the box. Because they're like, this fucker can't stand. And they're not gonna risk damaging it, outside of a shoot. So extremely disappointed.
Shout out to Big Man Toy Store for awesome.
Shout out to Big Man Toy Store. Literally,
Definitely.
the first time that I had the issue, the guy was like, just send me a picture, like a video describing what you're talking about. Because I was very upset. So I was like not making a lot of sense. And the guy, like right away, it was like 8 o'clock at night.
It's hysterical. It's
I was in hysterics. He's like, dude, we'll send you one, just send it back tomorrow, we'll send you out another one. Super good customer service. And again, the next one, Perfect Angel, was like, dude, don't even worry about it. And I was just really appreciative of that because you don't really, if you think about it, like I've had that, I've opened it, I told him, like, I don't even know if I have the box anymore, like I gotta go and check. He's like, don't even worry about it, like you're an international star, that's how we treat the stars. No, he didn't say that, but I'm pretty sure that's what he meant. At any rate, I'm getting a refund, so I'm just glad to move on with that. And I mean, I still have the W Dragon Rex, which is Polystone, so that's not gonna, you know,
Yeah, when are you getting that?
the bigger one? Well, the W Dragon is the one I have right now. The Chronicle Rex,
The
my
fun
last
Rex.
payment is Friday.
Good.
But
Because you made a big deal.
yeah,
Fund the Rex,
yes.
and then you just stopped.
Well, yeah, I'm not gonna beg people for money, which if you want to help me pay for the
You're
Rex.
harassing me.
He's gonna be on the street corner. I need to pay for my T-Rex holding the sign.
He's gonna sell his body.
Such a negative person.
He's gonna have
You know,
to.
Dean, you know what could help fund the Rex? The movie ticket funds and the lunch funds that you promised me.
Okay, now it's lunch?
Well, I had my lunch at the movie theater. I was hungry. The only showtime I could see was at 11. Right? I'm glad people are on my side here.
No.
Mervin, congratulations. Victor, I know you had some stuff you wanted to talk about.
Yeah, like I was talking to Dean about it, so I hadn't been.
Yeah, I didn't know about any of this.
I hadn't been to Six Flags probably since I was like 13.
Yeah.
So I went 2 weekends ago, and as soon as like you actually get into the park and you walk to the left,
Six Flags Fiesta Texas.
Yeah.
Okay, just because it was long.
and then so I walk in, there's a store to the left. It's called the Hero Store.
Mhm.
We'll check it out. So go in there, and it's like, of course, Six Flags is all DC. And you walk in, I mean, it's just
is.
yeah,
I would
everything
want
you could think of, all the characters, the Funkos, huge. I'm talking huge figures. The one that caught my eye, which is weird, is Lex Luthor when he's like in his big robot battle suit.
Oh, nice.
I mean, everybody, Superman, Batman, it was pretty awesome. It was awesome. I was like, damn, okay. And,
Talk about the pass they had, or the.
oh yeah, so you can do a season pass or a membership, which my sister-in-law explained to me. So we have a membership, and it's Diamond Elite. It's the best one, and like in all like in most of the stores.
This is like a attendance type of deal. Like it's
Yeah, you
ultra
can get
elite.
like a speedy pass, and then you can get a.
They should call it ultra premium. Just throwing it out there.
Yeah.
And they basically get 50%
This
off.
is the.
Really?
Yeah,
pass.
50% off.
Oh my god! Like you have the nice statues and everything.
Yeah, in that store, it's 50% off everything. So we got like my daughters both got capes.
God damn.
I got I've got Justice League shirts and some other cool stuff.
So you know.
And is the pass pretty pricey? I imagine it has to be.
There's three, so yeah, because my youngest daughter doesn't need one, but so is my oldest daughter and me and my wife. And it's you pay monthly, and I think it's 55.
Per?
No, all three of us.
Oh,
all three of
like
them. All
that.
three of them.
I need your job.
55.
Shit.
It was pretty cool. And then there was another like quick. They were going to go ride the Wonder Woman. It's called Wonder Woman's Lasso. And there was a store. I think it was called Hollywood Boulevard or something like that. And it's got like all like big movies and stuff. And like I should have went in there. I really wanted to because I saw it said House Stark. And it had the wolf a T-shirt. I go, we're gonna go back, so I'm probably gonna get that shirt.
There you go.
Very cool. We want to thank our friends over at Stevens Collectibles and more for sponsoring this episode of Collecting Weekly. They are actually doing a barbecue this weekend for their 1-year anniversary, Dean, which is really cool. It's on Saturday, and they're doing some raffle prizes. This Saturday, some raffle
Nice.
prizes.
So you
And,
put 2 back-to-back pour.
Nice. And that's really cool. So if you want to go check them out, support them. They've been in business for 1 year, which is huge. So it's like a Collecting Weekly 1-year party, Stevens Toys and Collectibles 1 year. It's like we both had a great idea at this time last year. It's almost like it's
Dude,
like our
also shout out amazing customer service at Stevens.
Yes, yes, yes,
I
yes.
completely forgot that I had a figure on layaway,
Uh-huh,
and I was like, oh my god, I think it was due like 2 days ago.
uh-huh.
So I'm looking for they
Yeah,
print
the
you out a
contract,
sheet,
yeah.
the contract. I can't find it anywhere.
Oh, no.
So I messaged Steve. I was like, dude, like, I think it's passed. I have no idea. Let me know. I could PayPal you as soon as possible.
Yeah.
He messaged me like super early in the morning because I stay up late. And he's like, oh yeah, I was gonna message you about it, like, but I just like let it go. But you can send me it's like $30 or something. And of course, I don't wake up till like the middle of the afternoon. And I was like, dude, I'm so sorry. I'll PayPal you right now. He's like, oh, like it's cool. Like he's such a nice guy.
Yeah, such
I
a
mean,
wonderful person.
Yeah, dude.
Him and his wife, Daisy.
They're both great.
Their little one is coming very soon. I think they were saying, like it's almost time, which is really cool.
Nice.
They, speaking of Stevens Toys and Collectibles, they have some amazing new import figures coming soon. They have the Storm Collectibles Baraka coming soon, the SH Figuarts Thrilling Movie Vegeta, which we've talked about. I think they still have a few slots for that one. And then they also have the SH Monster Arts King Ghidorah coming in. Remember, guys, if you like them and you want to check them out in person, 12,000 Texas Loop 1604 in Universal City, or even online at collectmoretoys.com. They offer a paid delivery service in our area, and they ship worldwide. And remember, guys, if it's your first time shopping with them, if you're a Collecting Weekly listener, let them know that you shop with us. You'll get 10% off your first order. I know we had some members take advantage of that and get some pretty sweet Hot Toys, pretty sweet import stuff. So definitely a good set of people to order your stuff from. So really want to thank them for that.
Noise. They're the best.
Now, Dean, it is time for a second soapbox. Grinds my gears for this episode. Save it. Man, I almost want to give Steven another week because I'm fucking this shit up bad. I was supposed to do the sponsor tag like way earlier.
That's okay.
Okay, 3, 2. So grinds my gears for this week. I've seen this thread like a lot this week, but a lot in these past few weeks. And it's people complaining about Hot Toys not having made their favorite original trilogy character yet.
Star Wars.
Star Wars original trilogy character. And if you think about it, Hot Toys has a lot of licenses, and on top of those licenses, they also kind of dabble in new stuff like Alita, Winnie the Pooh, the Belle figure.
Yeah, which I'm sure those people put them on a schedule.
What do you mean?
Like, let's just say Alita, they're like, oh, we want this figure out by this time. So
Perhaps.
let's start working on that.
And let's just say there's like 100 cool characters in the OT, like characters that people really want to buy Hot Toys of. Let's say maybe they've made 25 of those. I think it's fair, 25, 30, 40. If tomorrow Hot Toys said drop 60 pre-orders of the remaining cool characters, I'm an average collector and I can probably afford like 3 or 4 Hot Toys a year, give or take. I know, Dean, you don't usually get new Hot Toys like all the time. Rainer, you get some here and there. But you know what I mean? The average collector is probably buying like less than 8 Hot Toys a year for the most part.
Yeah, I would say that's accurate.
If Hot Toys drop like all the cool characters we all want, Bespin Han, Lando, Lando Episode 6.
Okay, they
you get what I'm
definitely need
saying?
to make a Lando.
No, I'm not saying that, but I'm saying they drop everything tomorrow.
Yeah.
People are gonna have to pick and choose what they want, and those figures may sell out before people can buy them. Now, Hot Toys' current thing that they're doing is they'll release a figure for this movie, for DC, for Marvel, for this movie, and they kind of like sprinkle here and there.
Yeah.
And I think that's really good because as a collector of Star Wars, let's say we get 10 crews this year. I can say, okay, maybe like 2 of those I want. Some of them are kind of fluff background characters like Patrol Trooper, which I've heard is a really good figure. But if they just drop all the cool shit at once, collectors are going to have to pick and choose. Whereas now, it's slow, sure, but it's at a pace where people can keep up with the characters they really want. And I see this all the time, like, oh, we still need this character, and this character, and this character. But it's like, guys, like, Star Wars isn't the only license that they have. Maybe one of the biggest licenses that they have, but and even within Star Wars, there's the prequel trilogy, the original trilogy, the sequel trilogy. They have to hit all those different metrics and all these different things. And I see this thread all the time. It's like, I mean, tomorrow they just dropped everything. Like, you'd have to pick and choose, and maybe you miss out on a character that you really want because it's not as cool as a character that you need. So it's super annoying to me. Dean, do you have anything to say about it? It just really bothers me. I see this thread all the time. Like, people are like, why wasn't Bespin Han a Toy Fair exclusive? It's like, that would be a terrible idea because Bespin Han is like a pretty important character / film / outfit for that to be a Toy Fair exclusive. You know what I mean? Like, Toy Fair exclusive should be for like the fun characters, like Harvey Dent, which is a big character in the movie, but it's not critically important to that film.
Right.
Neon Iron Man, Stanley, like cool stuff that's not gonna break someone's collection if they don't have it.
Right.
So that's how I feel about it. Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? I'm not saying that there are characters that Hot Toys hasn't announced that they're not going to. Like I get it. Like, I want all those characters too, but I'm okay with the pace and what they're releasing. Like, obviously, there's gonna be a lot of Spider-Man.
Yeah, the pacing is.
Spider-Man's hot right now. Like, the original trilogy is like 40 years old. Like, it's important, but like right now, the hottest thing right now is Spider-Man because the movie just came out. They need to get figures out for that movie. Original trilogy is just like, they're gonna sprinkle it in here and there between actual movies that are coming out.
Sell too.
Exactly. They'll know it'll sell in 5 years.
The longer you wait, the more you want it.
Exactly. And I totally get it. Like, they've shown C-3PO. It's like, where's that? They've shown Bespin Han and pre-order pictures. Where's that? They've shown a Bespin Luke, which I think is just the DX07, but people are freaking out thinking it's a new Bespin Luke. Like, I totally get that there's cool shit that hasn't been re-released or released, but you gotta be patient, guys. Like, this is a long game. Even if it gets announced tomorrow, it's gonna be a year before we get it. So it's like, this is not the hobby to be impatient.
Yeah, that's
You know what I mean?
Yeah, a lot of the times I'm thinking like, oh, I want that figure. And then like, it's like, oh, I'm not going to get it for over a year. So it's like, it's hard to get excited about it. So
Yeah.
I just wait till they actually come out to get kind of pumped.
Mm-hmm.
Like that Spider-Man, it's the tech suit for this movie.
Yeah.
Far From Home. It's just like a slim version.
Yeah.
It comes out, December 2020?
No, it's out already.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
I thought
It might be on Sideshow at that time, but it's already out in Hong Kong.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember the ship date being like ridiculously far
No,
away.
you're thinking of Star-Lord, Infinity War.
Oh, maybe that's what it's
Yeah.
called. Which is like, yeah, it's cool. But it's like, why is it taking so long to get? So, I don't know. I think the pace is the issue. I think it's a good pace.
Yeah.
I think that, yeah. It's not the selection, it's the.
I don't know. I'm fine with the pace. I mean, it's like there's a guy. His name is Jurgen on one of the groups. He puts like
horses.
He puts a chart of like what we've gotten per month or whatever. We've got a lot of stuff announced this year that's actually gone up for pre-order. I mean, they're really putting out figures.
What about you, Ryan?
So, what about you, Ryan? What do you think?
I think you hit the nail on the head there. I think if you release everything all at once, people are gonna miss out. But be patient. They're gonna come out with your figures eventually. I mean, some of these characters like Lando, for instance, they have to make Lando.
Dude, I'm surprised he's not.
Yeah, I'm actually.
There's that rumor that Sideshow lost the license. Remember they were making the.
Yeah, but we're talking about Hot Toys.
No, but Sideshow actually showed a prototype of Lando. Like, they confirmed that it was going up for pre-order. It hasn't gone up for pre-order yet.
When was that?
SGCC last year. They made a big fucking deal about it. They had, remember, Susan brought it out. It was covered, and then like she was walking with it, and then they did the whole curtain thing, and it was goofy as hell. It was Lando, because they just made the Jabba. Remember they put the Jabba,
Okay.
and they had the Lando and the.
Oh, that's
guys.
right.
Yeah, remember that?
Yeah.
Last year.
Well, there's a couple other characters.
Yeah, but Lando not.
I know you're talking about like a more traditional Lando.
Yeah.
There's a couple other characters I think that they really should have made by now that they haven't, and some of it I get, like Ahsoka. Ahsoka is definitely one that I want.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
she's not a movie character.
Yeah, I mean, she's a fan favorite,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, but Hot Toys doesn't make 3D characters.
they made Rex.
Like he's.
That's like your Sideshow.
Yeah, that's Sideshow.
Second
Oh, yeah,
round,
that's
like
Sideshow,
yours,
yeah.
And it's just
Sideshow.
a clone. They made like every clone that there was because they like to make money.
At any rate, Dean, we have a live show this Sunday.
Oh, yeah.
And I am really excited. It's at Buddy Stores and Collectibles. It is 1 p.m. this Sunday. Bring a toy, bring some money for pizza. Dean, bring my money for the ticket and the things that you're planning to
I'm
buy.
actually not bringing any money.
I am so ticked I'm not gonna be able to make it.
No, Zach, you need to tell your boss that you're an international star.
Get down here. Call him on the phone right now.
Yeah, let me talk to Henry Edward Butt right now.
Mr. Butt.
Small Talk, they're recording, I think it's this week, so you'll have a new
I was
Small
about
Talk
to
listen to.
ask, what the hell? What's up with Small Talk?
It's a bi-weekly show.
Oh, okay. Has it really been not even 2 weeks yet?
What? It's, I don't even know what you
I
just.
feel like
Is
we
it been
recorded
2
some-
weeks?
It's been 2 weeks, so
I
2
feel
weeks
like
is
there's
Thursday.
been longer than that.
I don't know what to tell you, Dean. I don't even know how to answer that.
Say too much.
We have a Facebook group. It is Collecting Weekly Auxiliary. It is a tremendous group. Richard put up such a nice post. I think it was on Sunday.
It's because Richard's a nice guy.
He's a beautiful
Just-
person. He said, the core group, the core members. I'm paraphrasing here. I don't remember exactly.
Well,
What
I
he
think
said.
he meant everybody but you.
Well, yeah, I'm the leader. I'm I am the face. I'm the public. I'm like the moral compass of
Yeah, but
this group.
if let's just say Thanos snapped and you were the only one that was missing from the show,
Uh-huh.
it'd be fine.
Oh, okay.
We
Wow.
carry it on in your name.
Wow.
I'm a hurdle.
Such a couch.
Stung myself.
Right in
I'm
the
just
jugular.
kidding. Zach is the best.
We have a TeePublic store, which they're doing a lot of sales this summer. So if you want some
Dude,
Collecting Weekly
I
swag,
keep getting text messages like,
say,
sales, sales, sales.
can y'all pick a price?
You want
Shit.
full-
Anyways, we have a YouTube channel. We've got a ton of subs lately.
Yeah, what are we at now? Last time it was like 144?
Let me check so that I can know as well. So
Is
we
Victor son?
are at, Victor said we're at 166.
Yeah, dude.
Dang,
We're
what's
climbing
this?
on
I'm
up
trying to
there.
tell everybody.
We have a
Watch out,
Twitter run by
people.
Manny, collecting WKLY. Thank you for that, Dean, Collecting Weekly. We're going to be running a poll on Auxiliary for a little while to pick our sticker design that we're going to spend some money on for like 50 stickers. So Dean will take some pictures of the sticker he has at his house, and we'll take some pictures of the ones we have
You
here.
posted the picture. Huh?
Yeah, but that's the worst picture ever. It was like black and just your hands
That's
all
pretty cool,
dark.
though.
They look delicious. I mean, they're
Crispy.
super crispy.
Certified Chris.
Certified crispy.
Yeah.
And so we're going to be doing that as well. We also have a.
You designed it, didn't you?
I did.
Good job.
That's pretty
That's
good,
a good one. Yeah.
It's-
Oh,
Oh,
sorry.
wow.
I closed my eyes.
Wow.
Wow.
Almost left me hanging.
I thought you were.
That was like I was closing my eyes and like.
Thanos
I did.
snapped. You're gonna
And then I open, I just see a hand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're going to do that. We also have a $25 gift card giveaway that we're doing. It's like for the most active members, like the next 3 months. So stay tuned for that. Shout out time to 6 Scale Scavengers, Brian and Chris, cool guys. They run a cool show. They talk about Marvel and Hot Toys. They're a podcast, obviously. And you can find them pretty much wherever you listen to our shows. So, give them a listen. They're a wonderful set of people. I think we still are doing the joint podcast, but these things are very, very hard to plan when there's so many international stars involved. Dean, it's
Yeah.
a nightmare.
Like sometimes I'm flying to Cabo. Sometimes
Sometimes,
I'm
you know,
Tokyo in Tokyo.
What do you fly on your flying pig?
You know.
The Airbus. Anyways, and it's just so hard, but we do plan to get together soon with them. We also have a new collaborator that we're working with. It's Franken Culture. They're a really cool guy. Steven and his wife, they have a podcast together, which I think is really cool. I really want to try to do some sort of podcast with my wife one day. I think that'd be really cool. But they talk about UFC, movies, nerd stuff, video games, and you can find them pretty much wherever you hear our podcast. Their podcast name is Franken Culture Presents. And I was binging some of their stuff earlier. It's really good. So they're allowing us to post on their website, and in turn, we're going to plug them a little bit here. We can get some cross promotion going. So that's really cool. Shout out to Eric. His 21st birthday was a few days ago.
21st?
21st.
Yeah, he's in Cali.
Congratulations.
He's in
Yeah.
Cali. He he got back with his girlfriend, so good for him.
That's why we haven't heard from him.
Yes, I haven't heard from him.
He
But,
probably won't even listen to this, so happy birthday.
Yeah, happy birthday.
you're a beautiful person.
He's
and
one
I'm
of those
happy.
people that once they start dating someone, they disappear.
I know
Yeah.
people like that.
And it's
I
like,
did.
it's like, oh, my phone's ringing. I know what happened to them.
And so, congrats to him. I also want to give a shout out to my buddy Steven. There's lots of Stevens in this podcast. I want to give a shout out to my buddy Steven. He was featured in our non-collectors review figures rather. And he has a collector now. We went to Gravity Damage on Sunday. Saturday. We met up for lunch. Went to Gravity Damage. And he has ordered the Mark 85. His lovely girlfriend Shanna ordered the Doctor Strange. She got Doctor Strange already, but the Mark 85 is coming. He also wants to order Hot Toys.
Damn, they went all this.
He also is ordering the 11 Miles Morales when it gets up for pre-order officially. He's gonna order that.
Jeez.
And they're eyeing the what is it? The Star-Lord. So
Dude,
so I told him, I was like, we need to go to IKEA, get you a D-Top, we'll build it, we'll light it, do it for the channel.
yeah, when they're actually like full-fledged collectors,
They're collectors, they have Hot Toys.
one, like they have Doctor Strange.
Yeah, it's like literally it's in their house.
Okay, well, when they get a second one, 85,
Uh-huh.
they should come back on the show, and then we'll talk to them about their figures. Because you can't talk about one figure the whole show.
That's what we do all the time.
There's 30 figures on the front piece.
Yeah.
So, well, whenever they want, they can come back on.
I think
They
it's
have
great.
3 or 4 figures. I think it'd be cool. We also
That's what I was saying.
there's a guy. Anyway, so back to Steven. If you watch our streams, you know I wear this hat. It's by Steven's company, Millennial Mutt.
Yes.
And I had a dog. I love my dog. It was the best dog ever. And Steven loves his dog. And so he made this company that's actually his dog right there on the logo. It's Millennial Mutt. Check them out.
You're talking not like me.
Well, he had some health problems. Okay, had a lot to deal with.
Right.
And so Steven is revamping his company, making a bunch of new stuff, hats, shirts, everything like that.
It's a cool
And they're doing a Collecting Weekly limited run of hats with our logo and limited on the hat. And he's going to give us some amount to give away. So we'll figure out a way to sprinkle those in to the regular
Luckily
shows.
for y'all, I have a big ass head and I can't wear hats.
Well, this is a dad hat. You wouldn't be able to rock this.
Well, that's hurtful.
Even the hats that say one size fits all. That's what
Yeah.
she said. That's what she said. I have a big head too, dude. Come
Well,
on. That's what
I'm
she
big
said.
head too.
Anyways, so check them out. There's also another collaborator in town.
Big ass head.
His Instagram is Immortal J with 3 J's. He does kind of like just real life interviews with like teachers and all kinds of different people. And he wants to come on our show and talk anime. So Dean, he wants to talk Dragon Ball. So
Dude,
we gotta get him on, talk some Dragon
I've
Ball.
been on a new anime. I could not get enough of it. I have 2 episodes left.
What is
And
it?
I'm so sad because there's no season 2.
We got HQ.
No,
That's a
Kill
good
the Kill.
Oh yes, we'll talk about that next week.
Amazing.
Talk about that next week.
Okay.
But anyway, so that's my shout outs I want to give. I know it's quite a bit. Do you guys have any shout outs?
Shout out Cody. He's a good guy. I love Cody. And shout out Victor.
Thank you.
Yeah, shout out Victor for coming on
He's
Rainer.
not much of a collector. He's starting small and humble, but he's a good guy and he gets along with us. So
Shout out to everybody here for putting up with me all the time, and shout out to Cody for helping me track down a wolf at a decent price. He said he would do that. So
yeah,
Shout out to Rainer for saying he was going to sell me this Bumblebee. That's so nice of him. And also, shout out to Dean. I mean, what kind of friend buys his friend an RPX movie ticket and lunch? I mean,
Yeah,
that
dude.
is so nice of him. I'll check my PayPal.
Yeah.
No, don't shoot me your baby.
Oh, shoot it. Don't worry about it.
Shout out Manny and everybody else.
Jesse? I tagged Jesse on Instagram, and he liked my post, and he put a heart. I put him in the Spider-Man thing. I was like,
Yeah.
everywhere I go, I see his face. I miss him so
All
much.
he did is like it.
And he put a heart.
Jesse, where are you?
Jesse?
I miss him so much.
Anyways, I'm Zach.
I'm Dean.
on Rainer,
Victor.
Catch you guys on the next episode.
Bye.
bye.
That was good.
God damn it, Rainer. I'm the one that ends the fucking show. Can you imagine just getting that level?
Can you hit the red button on that camera, please? We can keep stream going for a little bit. That was not a bad show.
That was a good one.
Someone made a custom Deadpool. Someone
Jesus.
made a custom.
Let me see.
Is it Nicole Kidman?
Oh my goodness.
Mervin
Oh,
says
no.
say goodbye to SNA Toys. That's pretty lame.
Oh, dang.
Yeah, Mervin.
Yeah, I'm just not so.
I don't know about that. That was a really. I'm not even gonna say it. We're talking about it this morning, but I'm not even gonna. That was a really dramatic way to leave the hobby. I'll say that.
I'm also a fan of Kansas. He's not gonna leave the hobby.
Right?
Somebody likes the guns.
Maybe because they really liked him leaving.
And almost,
Zach,
that was like 400. Who's talking?
Where's this motherfucker? I know we're recording. We're streaming. Yeah.
Oh, remember we were talking about, so my daughters have been watching, there's usually one movie they'll cling to for like a month, and it's Teen Titans Go. So I was
Okay.
talking, remember we were talking on the phone last week?
Yeah, we were talking
And I was
about.
like, hey dude, I have something to tell you.
Stan Lee.
I was like, Stan Lee makes a cameo in a DC movie. And he's like, no, he doesn't. I was like, yeah, look, check it out. And he does. Huh. And I looked it up, and I mean, there was really no reason to why he did it. I mean, it's a clearly Stan Lee, and he even says in the credit as himself.
Wait, say that again?
He did in Teen Titans Go as Stan Lee.
They're like trying to get away, and he like gets on the car. He's like, Stan Lee, what are you doing?
Ric Flair.
Woo! Motherfucker.
I do that to everybody at work.
And I was too busy laughing. I was gonna make a joke with that movie. I was laughing at your Urquhart comment. I
Oh,
was saying they're charging cash for the movie, and I was okay.
I gotta go see it. I still haven't even seen John Wick 3.
No, I went to the games.
sorry.
Yeah, I was gonna say I went to the GameStop and I inadvertently.
Oh, literally.
Yeah,
You were literally didn't have.
Say hi, Victor.
yeah. I literally was like, I had like.
He comes over every week.
I'm here all the time. I give you
Hello.
fries.
Remember he gave you French fries?
No.
Your stranger danger Zach. Camera. You're on.
You're on the internet.
My daughters have the same course.
Cool. How old is she? The little one?
Yeah, she'll be 3 in October. And
How old are you?
Aubrey
15.
The little one?
Avery.
Just talking and stuff to me.
She was.
She just doesn't like me.
Wait, what?
His youngest daughter, Avery, she's 3. She was like
She'll be
talking to me, asking questions.
Mhm.
She's only 2.5. They don't talk to her. She says words, but not that much.
Yeah,
Can you say hi? Can I get a high five?
Nope.
Can I get a high five? Being silly?
But that.
What are you doing with your tongue?
With that.
Wada.
I had to pull it up. I was telling my mom, you remember that? We were kids. Remember that commercial?
Some of them remember?
Well, she was in a very small bubble. Her parents kept her in a small bubble.
Yeah. Well, they're white.
Here, baby.
Yeah. They kept him in a very. I think my wife said that she didn't know any other music or country until the 6th grade. Yeah, her parents are crazy, man.
She didn't know any other music existed?
Look like this.
I don't know. I don't know it existed, but she never listened to anything else. You know what I'm saying? Because her dad was just like country, we're all country, you know. Just crazy,
I
man.
don't want some.
So I only helped really bring her out of the bubble.
Is that King
Oh,
Country?
yeah. You know me. I'm all
All right, bye
about
guys. We'll catch you guys later on the next week's podcast.
Bye.
it. Peace.